I said, no, my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play. Is here and now today.
Hey, folks. Yes, this is the moment. Welcome to the Unbox Me Today show, where I bring you business leaders to help enhance your life through business, overcoming stories of challenges and trauma, and creating a new life that you can be proud of. I'm your host, Coach Raja. As always, don't fake it till you make it, believe it and become it. And I believe you're going to love our next guest. Her name is Cristina McKay. And Cristina is a women's health advocate and entrepreneur. After experiencing severe hair loss twice, she turned her personal struggle into a mission to help other women heal from the inside out. Cristina founded Everbella, a wellness brand that uses micelle liposomal technology to dramatically improve nutrient absorption and support radiant hair, skin, and overall vitality. What started as a personal journey has now helped over 60,000 women. Woo! She gets a victory bell for that. Regain their confidence and health. Cristina continues to share her story to inspire others, encouraging women to embrace their natural beauty, strength, and purpose at every stage of life. So let's welcome to the show the one, the only, super talented, super beautiful, the one who walked to school uphill, both ways, in the snow, barefoot, the one and only, Cristina Everbella. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Welcome to the show, Cristina. And by the way, her name is Cristina McKay, not Cristina Everbella. My faux pas. And that's how you know it's live. Oh, well. Cristina, welcome to the show. How are you feeling today?
I am feeling fabulous. Every day is a blessing. So I'm feeling fabulous. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
Thank you. I love that. I love that. And by the way, folks, audience out there, if you're live, you thrive. If you're on the replay, you get to play again. If you want to feel blessed too, click the link below so that you can connect and you can also leave comments on the live. So let's just dive right in. We got so much to talk about. So, Cristina, I mean, we have a great time talking about the kind of things that you do and your entrepreneurial journey. I know you and I have talked about like other issues that people out there forget that hair loss is a very serious thing, especially not just to women, but to men too. But to think that you're losing a piece of yourself, that it really affects your self-esteem, your confidence. It changes the way that you see yourself, how the world views you. I mean, I'm not going to go back into how Will Smith stood up for his wife because someone made a joke about his wife's hair, and so it's a serious topic, and sometimes people glaze over it. So let's talk a little bit more about it. Like, you talked about experiencing hair loss twice. So
yes.
with that happening, can you share about that challenge and what shaped your mindset and eventually inspired you to create Everbella?
Yes, absolutely. So I feel that many women, hair loss is not talked about. It's swept under the rug. And the truth is, it
Yeah.
happens to so many women multiple times in their life. So
Yep.
for me, it happened twice, and it was truly a really difficult experience for me. So the first time it happened was just shy of my 30th birthday, and I just had
Hmm.
handfuls of hair was just coming out in the shower.
Right.
And it really struck my confidence to the core, and I didn't feel myself anymore. And
Right.
aside from just hair loss, and when I say I had hair loss, at some point, folks will have to check out my before and after photos, but I had a
Right.
bald spot on the top of my head, almost the size of a baseball. It was, I
Ooh.
mean, there was no way to hide it. I tried with
Yeah.
combing my
Yeah.
hair, you name it. Um,
Gotcha.
I saw doctors and they kind of just kept brushing it off as it's a part of getting older, it's stress. Some said that I had female pattern hair loss. Some said it was hormonal. So I just kept getting a lot of mixed answers.
Yeah.
And it was really frustrating. So, deep down, I knew there must have been something off, and I wanted to dig deeper than kind of the mainstream way of going about it.
Hmm.
That's when I really just started doing my own research. I learned that hair loss wasn't the problem. Rather, it was a symptom that there's imbalance in my body. So once I
Right.
started
Yeah.
doing a lot of things like healing my gut, supporting my hormones, just changing my daily habits, eating better, just a holistic approach. Everything changed. So not just my hair, but my energy, my focus, my skin, just across
Right.
the board. I just completely transformed my wellness. So, that transformation led me to
Yeah.
launch my beauty supplement brand called Everbella.
Mhm.
So that had happened, launched this brand, feel like, I beat the hair loss thing. No, I didn't. I always tell women now that hair loss is a journey. So you might, have it, recover, but it can happen again. So the time it happened to me again, I
Mhm.
did have my first child, Madeline, and I had
Right.
post hair loss. And my bare spot came back even bigger that time. In fact, it was the size of a
Oh,
softball this time versus a baseball.
oh
But the
dear.
difference was I had hope because after overcoming it the first time, and that was
Right.
just so awful, at least the second time was more educated. I was more hopeful. I had hope when I didn't have that before. So really at the core of Everbella is giving women hope that yes, you can lose your hair. Yes, you can fix it. Yes, it is a journey and you might lose your hair multiple times in your life, but you have the hope,
Right.
the understanding that there are things you can do to fix it and to recover. So that's really the mission at Everbella is to help women, really restore themselves from the inside out through a holistic.
Mhm. Got it. So now you kind of partially answered my next question. I was going to ask you, like, how do you turn something so painful into your new mission? And you already kind of answered that. So we're going to skip to the next question here. And you talk a lot about healing from the inside out. And I know,
Yes.
like, I've I've gone through this like in my own way with my speech impediment and showing people that look, it's the shame that I had to overcome, and now all of a sudden everybody tells me I'm so inspiring. So what does that mean to you to transform from the inside out? And how has that philosophy helped you guide both your life and your business?
Yeah, absolutely. So from the inside out, of course, once people discover what Everbella is, yes,
Mhm.
from the surface it looks like a beauty supplement company, which it is, but it's far more than that. So people in my community who really communicate with me on a daily basis understand that it's not just about yes, taking supplements help extraordinarily from the
Mhm.
inside, right? There's so many things out there that you can apply topically for your hair, your skin, etc. But what I learned in my journey is that if you have a lot of issues going on internally, whether it's a hormonal issue, whether it's a gut health issue, whether it's a nutritional deficiency, you could be slathering all types of
Yeah.
stuff topically and they won't make a difference, which leaves
Yep.
so many people feeling frustrated or,
Yep.
hopeless. So yes, literally speaking, from the inside out, we can give our body things it needs to thrive. But
Certainly. Oh, I love that. Hmm.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
further than that is just, for those who know me and things I share with my community, it is a holistic approach about healing yourself, not just what things you put in your body, but, mentally, right? So I
Yeah.
really push for women, gratitude journaling and stress management. We don't understand how much stress has an effect on our physical well-being. It's huge.
Hmm. Yes, it
And
does.
I push that, like heal your body from the inside mentally. What's weighing on you? How do we release that stress from your mental capacity? I also teach people about dietary changes, right? So what are different things we can put in our body, not from a
Mhm.
supplement standpoint, but from a food standpoint that can help us
Yeah.
look and feel our best. And just, I really push the gratitude thing because I think so many of us in the crazy world we live in, it can seem so doom and gloom. But
Mhm.
if you start, really being thankful every day and writing it down, right? That might sound silly, but if you really keep a gratitude journal and write things
Yeah.
down, you can kind of look back on it and be like, oh, wow, all these wonderful things happened to me this week, Instead of focusing on the bad, it's really hard to focus on the good. So that's something I really preach in life is just, you really have to heal everything inside of you to look and feel your best, whether it's mentally
Right.
or physically.
Right. Now, do you have a success story that you could share with us, like without sharing the person's name? Just tell us, like, what did she go through, and what was the change that happened? How did she transform after working with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Mhm.
many women, right? I've helped thousands
Mhm.
of women across the world, really.
Yeah.
One that comes to mind, I will not use her name, but I get, well, her testimonials are probably on my website. Her name's Anita,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
so she actually was having a lot of hair loss from menopausal symptoms. So I'm in my
Yeah.
30s. A lot of the women that work with me are actually over the age of 50.
Hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of women in that age group, or even more so than my age group, are told it's menopause, it's hormones, like buckle up, buttercup, right? You're going to lose your hair. You're going to have these hot flashes. You're going to be tired. You're going to have the
Yeah.
weathered skin. So many women come to me at that age group because they're even more at the point of like, ugh, like this is it, right? This is what happens when
Hmm.
I'm 50 plus. So she came to me. Similar to my story, she had tried a lot of different products topically, had even tried other powdered collagens, for example, that didn't work for her.
Yeah.
And the thing about what I do with my products is we use that micelle liposomal technology. So, for those of you who don't know what that is, it really is an absorption technology that uh, I'll keep it plain because I don't want to be too sciencey, but it basically shrinks the molecules and wraps them in a vitamin E fat barrier. So when you digest them and they hit your stomach acid, instead of just bubbling up, they actually are able to slowly break down and go through your gut wall and actually hit the bloodstream. So it's 800% more absorbable. So you really look
Right.
different. You feel a difference much more quickly. So anyway, so she came to me, tired all the time. Her hair was falling out. Her skin was very lackluster, very dry, and she felt very hopeless. And in working with her, we kind of did an overhaul of, what's your life look like right now? What are we eating? How are we managing stress? How are we moving our body? How are we feeling mentally? Are we feeling very downtrodden? Are we feeling happy, tired, etc.? And just kind of overhauling that with her and then slowly entering in the different Everbella products that we have that best suited her needs. She's one
Hmm.
of my most raving customers that she said within a month she noticed a difference. She's like, I felt it first. I felt more energized. My joints didn't feel as bad. I just had like a lightness to me. And then, about 3 to 6 months in, her hair fully came back. Her skin, I will be honest, a lot of her
Hmm.
I guess I hate using the word, but we all get wrinkles. They had
Hmm.
softened, and she just had a youthfulness about her that she hadn't had
Yeah.
in years. She's like, I look in the mirror now and I really love my reflection. Thank you so much, right? Like
Yeah.
I did such a lot for so long. So
Oh,
she's one
beautiful.
of many women
Hmm.
who have this story where they just feel seen and heard, right? And I'm not a
Certainly.
doctor, I'm not a nurse. I'm just a woman who had a terrible thing happen to me and have made it my mission to help others. So I never claim to be something I'm not, but what I can do is kind of, hey, this is what worked for me. Let's see if it works for you. That's kind of the way we approach things. And it's worked for thousands of people. So I'm honored to share my
Beautiful.
story. I'm
I love it.
honored to help people.
Hmm. And in that vein of sharing with other people, like you have a gift link that you have down below. You said, I believe it's a chapter ebook. Can you explain what they're going to get when they click on that link below?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I have
Mhm.
so many ebooks because I love to
Yeah.
educate my community.
Hmm.
I think it's so important. Education is key. So if you do hit that link at the bottom, which is, what is it? bit.ly/Everbella, Everbella. It's
Yeah.
one of my most popular ebooks. It's called How Hormonal Imbalance Can Wreak Havoc on Your Hair and What You Can Do to Fix It. So
Ooh,
inside the
okay.
ebook, what is in there? It's packed with a bunch of science-backed insights on hormones, how they affect your hair. It also
Right.
goes through
Hmm.
what causes thinning and estrogen shifts in our bodies. I also talk about the 6 nutrients that are going to help you restore hair growth and strength and shine from the
Right.
inside out.
Hmm.
And at the
Good. That's
very
great.
end,
That's great.
we have a
Yeah.
little surprise.
Hmm. Right. All right. Great. Thank you so much. All right. So, folks, you want to start to make a change in your life? If this aligns with you, please click on that link below, and we're going to continue forward. So Christina, I always say that to people. By the way, if you're on the live, you thrive, and on the replay, you get to play again. If you're watching right now, please give us some thumbs ups and some hearts so that we know that you're getting some impact and some improvement in your life. And leave in the comments, what is your biggest takeaway from today? We always want to love. I love to hear what are the wins that you get from our show, from all the amazing guests that I get to bring on here. So, so let's shift gears into what I call the softer side of Sears and get to know you as a person. People doing a person, not a business. So, I always love to find out from this side. So Christina, like, where'd you grow up? How'd you grow up? It's sort of like the speed dating round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did I grow up? I actually grew up in a really small town called Pilesville, Maryland. So my parents
Oh,
had
okay.
18 acres, grew
Yep.
up loving the outdoors. And my mom is an avid gardener. So I always was around, whether it was flower gardens or vegetable gardens. And frankly, that has kind of spilled over into my life. So my husband and
Right.
I, we have 2 children, age 2 and 4. we have a 24-acre farm in an area
Cool.
called Freeland, Maryland. And what do
Hmm.
we have? We have chickens, we have several cats, a dog, and I put in a massive vegetable garden every year. So I really, I at one point when I grew up, I moved to the city because I thought I wanted, get
Yeah.
away from this quiet life, and realized it wasn't for me. So I
Yep.
put my
Yep.
roots down
I know the
on
feeling. Yeah. And I keep telling my wife too, like someday, like we're gonna like retire to a farm, and I told my daughter like that we'll get some horses or some ponies or something,
You should.
So,
You're a lot of work, but you should.
yeah, it's a lot
It
of
does
work.
bring
Oh, I know that. I know that. I've only gone to horseback riding twice in my life. I understand what saddle sore is. Ouch. And but it's a beautiful thing to be going out there in nature with a horse, like through the woods, the fields, over hill and dale, etc. And it's just a great thing. So growing up, was there maybe like a film or a book that helped kind of inspire or shape the way you are today?
It's a funny question. Yes. So,
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies, it's like, I don't care what I'm doing. If it's on the TV, I will stop what I'm doing and watch it, is
Yep.
Gladiator. So if anyone knows Gladiator with
Yes.
Russell Crowe.
Yep.
It is a gory movie, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it's the ultimate story of resilience and purpose.
Yep.
Maximus is the character, he loses everything, his family, his position, his identity, and it doesn't define him.
Yep.
Which as an adult now, I can really relate to that. Instead, he channels this pain into something greater. And that message just really resonates with me. Even if you're in your darkest moments, right, you
Yep.
can choose to rise and rebuild. So that will go down as my favorite movie of all time.
Love it. What about kind of music? What kind of like really kind of jams you up? What you do?
Oh man. I'm a fan of mostly acoustic type music. I'm not
Yeah.
really into electronics or heavy production type stuff. So what, like folk, country, bluegrass, jazz.
Yeah.
And my favorite band would have to be the Lumineers, if anybody knows them. I've seen them live 3 times and it just never gets old to me.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that name, but I'm not sure if it's the one I think about. I will have to check them out. The Lumineers, yeah.
They're really
Um,
good.
yeah,
You know the
okay.
song, it's like, "Hey, ho," like, I'm not doing it good. Or they do the song, "Pack yourself a suitcase, dear, and your favorite blouse." Anyway, they have a
I
lot
like
of just really quiet, nice music. Upbeat, but
well, it's interesting. Like country music has really come a long way in the past few years. Like and
yeah,
like Beyonce went from hip hop and R&B into country,
yeah,
as of last year. So it's becoming so much more mainstream. Actually, like I remember like listening to Shania Twain back in the day, and I think in her stuff like it doesn't sound country; it just sounds more pop. So almost like a country
yeah,
became more pop. And so there's a lot of fun stuff. Actually, I love it because it's more storytelling
yeah,
rather than just thump, 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 which is fun sometimes when you're at the club or a reception or something, have some fun, something with beat for dance music, but sometimes you want to hear a story.
oh, for
And I
sure.
love that country music really has that on lock. So beautiful share there. And so check it out, the Lumineers. Now, is there a favorite quote that helps inspire you?
A favorite quote, that's a really
Hmm.
hard one.
Okay.
My favorite quote.
Or we can pass and move on to something else.
I don't know if I really have a favorite quote. I mean,
Okay.
one thing I just live by in general is just be grateful. I mean, as simple as that is, I just feel like that's the best way to start every day is like, do you have a roof over
Yep.
your head? Do you have a hot meal on the table, right? Do you have something to put clothes on your body, right? I mean, you can always think that someone else in the world has it worse than you, and if you really
Oh, yeah.
do the basics, you realize how
Yeah.
much you really have. Your life is really rich, and it doesn't have to be a fancy car or whatever.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
As long
And
as you
and
have a lot, you got it all.
yeah. I mean, like, I joke around with my kids. It's like every time they complain about something small, like, oh, we wish we had this ice cream, or wish we had faster Wi-Fi, or we wish we had a bigger car or something. I said, kids, you don't realize you were worrying about champagne problems. Like that's not,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like you don't realize you're in the 1%. The fact that you
100%.
have all that stuff to complain about means you are so much ahead of other kids in other parts of the world. And of course, I get the rolled eyes, and that's okay. I got teenagers, so be it, and that's okay. But but overall, like my kids are grateful for most of the things they have, and so I try to instill that value in them. So like I love that you said like be grateful. You get a victory belt for that. So before we shift gears again, I want to ask you, what is your favorite kind of food? I always find this a fun question. People
My
always buy
favorite
and then
kind
they
of
break the bed.
food.
Mhm.
So, my heritage is Italian, and my maiden name is
Ooh,
Tomasello, and my
nice.
husband's Irish. But I will
Uh-huh.
say, not that I don't like Irish food. I feel like Irish food's a little bland, in my opinion. And
Yeah,
I've been to Ireland. You know, they have some really good seafood. I love seafood, but my
yeah.
favorite food of all time has got to be homemade pesto pasta with grilled
Really?
chicken. Every summer, I look forward
Ooh.
to it. I have a big vegetable garden. I have fresh grown basil. I grind it down with that Parmesan cheese, the olive oil, the pine nuts, and then I grill that chicken. I actually like to throw a little bit of fresh tomatoes in there, which isn't usually in a pesto, but it's just like chef's kiss. It's super simple and just super heavenly.
Oh,
Never
I
gets
like this. I was just talking about that last weekend to my kids because because my wife had to work second shift and she said like, "Well, what am I going to make for the kids?" I said, "I'm going to make chicken with pesto sauce in a pasta." And I'm like,
so
and
good.
she's like, "What? You can't do that?" I said, "Sure I can." And so she's surprised. So I'm surprised you just mentioned that. So let me hang on to this. Hello, Johnny's. Yeah, we have a special VIP guest that needs some pesto chicken and like all the other Italian dishes in the green room chat. So, all right, so totally real call. As we send you to the green room with a whole bunch of food, please save me some. What is it that you want people to recall about you?
What do people recall about me? Honestly, it's just, you have to when something bad happens in your life, you really need to try to flip the switch, right? We can
Yep.
all wallow in our
Mm-hmm.
sorrows, right? We can all wallow in something that happened to us, but you cannot let it define you. And I think that's what's beautiful about, your story and my story is that we did take something,
Yeah.
really just not the best thing that has happened to us or is a part of
Yep.
us and turn it into something positive. And I encourage everybody to do the same, right? Is always try to turn the negative into a positive. Like I said, be grateful, and everything in your life that is bad that happens isn't a life sentence, right? Um, you know, take it and turn that adversity into something special.
I love that. Thank you so much, Christina. So we're going to send you to the green room now. While she's chowing down, I hope she saves me some food. Man, well, now I'm getting hungry. I want you to think about this. There's a gift link down below. Make sure you click that, or it'll be in the show notes and in a post. Think about it as for all of us to start making a change in our lives. We start to make waves, but also before that, there's always a splash.
When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end.
All right, folks. So, Christina touched upon a great topic is that sometimes we go through challenges in our life and we need to change, but we don't know how to. But you know what? Sometimes it's not about that external validation that we need. It's about what is it that we want? What are we in alignment with? And a lot of times our actions are not in alignment with our intentions. And that's why we're getting lack of traction in our life. Um, you know, I keep talking about my story about facing down my fear of speaking to live audiences, and that's why I forced myself to do the hardest thing possible and do a live show. No one else is this crazy, but I did it anyway, and I built the plane as I fly it, and it turned into something really great. And now it inspires, thousands and thousands of people. And now, as we get close to 20,000 followers, oh my gosh, what an amazing event that you've been along here with this journey. So, David Frankel, who wrote Man's Search for Meaning, said that there was a great quote I got from his book where he talks about, life, is you have no control over what happens to you, but you have 100% control over your perception of what happens to you. So sometimes if we flip that script and think, what, yes, public speaking is my greatest fear, and yet if I flip my fear to my superpower, which is what I've done, it's no longer my fear because life didn't happen to me; it happened for me. And because of that, I now know that I can impact the world and create that 1 billion mind shifts, which is the goal now. So for everybody out there, and thanks, we're all supporting here the NSA. Thank you so much. And, peace and God bless. And let's bring Cristina back and see if she saved me any food. So, Cristina, welcome back. How was all the Italian food? Did you save me any?
I didn't. No, I ate it all. Every last bite. All the pasta,
No problem.
all the pizza, the garlic bread, you name it.
No problem. I'm just gonna order more later. Thank you. So, Cristina, what do you think about that 60-second mind shift? What was your biggest takeaway, and what would you add to it?
I don't think I would necessarily add anything to it. I kind of forgot to mention this on my end, but the other thing I like to tell people is that, healing and growth is always possible no matter where you're starting from. So that's another thing I feel like a lot of people feel is like, am I too old to fix this problem I'm dealing with? And, as always, turn your pain into purpose, come out stronger and more confident, and then you'll be more connected with yourself than ever before. So that's just a little add-on I'd like to throw in there.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. And by the way, folks, if you really want to show some appreciation, like, please thank our sponsor of the week this week. This is Kelly Woodhouse's book writing boot camp coming up next week. So make sure you click that link below, and you'll gain access to it. You all have a story in you. Get it out on paper, and so that way you can create more impact for the rest of the world. So Cristina, before we head out, there's your gift link down below again. Another time, tell us, if somebody gave you a blank check, what would be your grand vision to change the world?
Something that is a huge passion of mine that I usually don't share publicly, is that I really care about literacy for children. And my dream, if I had a bottomless bank account, would to build outdoor interactive libraries for children. My children love reading, and I find that the more you read to children, the more imagination they have, the brighter they are. So I just would love to make libraries more accessible to kids in a more fun, interactive way that kind of brings nature into learning. One thing I don't like about libraries is they're very rigid. So kind of making it a more fun thing for kids to do, outdoor libraries.
Oh, I like that. That's a great idea. So outdoor interactive libraries. So you know what's funny? I'm trying to type fast, so I probably spelled everything wrong here. But outdoor fun libraries. But
Close enough.
yes, I know. Yes, I can spell. But I'm just typing fast. Ignore that. Thank you so much, Cristina. You've been an amazing guest, and really just sharing your story, and you're giving hope to people around the world. And as we learned in the Shawshank Redemption, hope is a great thing. So thank you so much, Cristina. I'm your host of the Unbox Me Today show. Please share the impact with everybody out there. And this is Coach Raja. As always, don't fake it till you make it. Instead, believe it and become it. And we will show and we'll see everybody on the next show. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Cristina, 3 quick questions for you, just briefly. Why did you want to come on this show today?
I want to come on this show today because I just felt that, like I said, I really loved your story, and I felt very connected to your story. And I just felt like your community would appreciate my story. And I really want to share with as many people as possible. If I can be an assistance to others, it would be an honor and a joy to help others. So I just felt that we were very aligned in our mission and our beliefs.
Thank you. Yeah. And then next question, what was your biggest takeaway from the show today?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. My biggest takeaway. First of all, I love the structure of this with you. I've been on different types of podcasts and things, and some of them can feel a little rigid, and I just love your energy. Your energy is fantastic. You made me feel so comfortable. And I feel that others watching, I hope that they are entertained and informed. I feel like there's just so many podcasts out there, and some you just glaze over.
That's right.
You
That's
bring
the whole point. Thank you for that. And last question, scale 1 to 10, how much would you recommend me to somebody else's stage?
Oh, 10 out of 10. No question.
I love it.
I'd love to see you on stage. So hopefully one of these days I have the opportunity to do that.
Well, you see my intro. That's me singing on stage at the I do my Pfizer keynote. So
yes.
I woke up 200 execs that were kind of starting to snore before lunch. I got them engaged. I captivated that audience. Yep. I love doing that. So yes, anytime I'm on stage, I'll let you know. All right. So thanks so much. Podcast crew knows what to do, and we are officially out of here.